Hello and welcome to the keyboard shortcuts and gestures section. In this section, we'll cover the most recommended keyboard shortcuts and gestures. Keyboard shortcuts are performed by pressing multiple keys at the same time. So if we like to show all apps, we're going to press and hold super and press the letter A at the same time, and that will now show all our apps. So let's get started. It all begins with the super key. So if we open up, for example, a few applications, let's grab Chrome, let's grab our file browser, let's grab our software center. If you tap the super key, this will show you an overview of which applications you have running. You can simply switch the other one by clicking on that application. If you'd like to switch workspaces on the fly, just press and hold the super key and press your arrows up and down. And that'll switch you between the running applications in the different workspaces right now. If you'd like to toggle your auto tiling on and off, just press and hold your super key and press the letter T. You can see now our auto tiling has been disabled. If we move our apps, they're all now in a floating mode. So here's our floating application windows right here. If we want to tile them again real quick, we'll press and hold super and press T, and just like that, they get tiled automatically. If you'd like to pull one application out of tiling, just hover over it, select that application and press super G, and that's now a super grab. So this application has gone back into floating mode. We're going to just resize it here. You can see this one is now floating on top of the other applications. If we make sure it's selected and press super G again, it'll go right back into the tiling view. If you've got some apps tiled and you'd like to move one around, simply select the app you'd like to move. So we're going to select Only Office, press and hold super and press enter at the same time. You'll now see Only Office is now highlighted. We can then use our arrows to move it around the desktop. Once we found the position we want, we can press enter to lock it in. Now let's close out the applications that we have running right now. If you'd like a really convenient way to launch applications from your favorites menu in the bottom, just press and hold super and press Q. You'll see some numbers show up on those applications at the bottom. We're going to press Q again and now press 1. That opens up our file browser. If we press super plus Q again and press 2, that'll actually launch Google Chrome. So when you press super plus Q, you'll see your first 10 applications at the bottom get a number, and you can actually select that number while you're still holding down your super key, and that'll launch that application for you. There's also shortcuts for certain applications regardless of whether they're in your favorites menu or not. For example, super plus B opens up your web browser. Super plus F opens up your file manager. If you'd like to toggle the maximization state, we're going to select our file manager and press super plus M. That's going to make that maximize. If we press super plus M again, that will make it back into its normal state. If we'd like to see all the applications on the system, press super plus A, and that's going to show you the all applications menu. You can then grab your next application. If we'd like to hide an application, simply select it and press super plus H, and that will minimize that application. If you want to bring it back up, just tap your super key. You can press tab to go over to that app, press enter, and that'll bring it back to an open state. And if you want to close an application, super C. That will close the application. Let's do it again, and that closes up our file browser. To lock the screen, you can do it two ways. Either tap this button right here, and that'll lock your screen. You can also lock your screen by holding the super key and pressing the letter L. There's also a quick access button to launch our calculator. It's just right here. Press that and that'll launch your calculator. And we'll press super C again to close out of those. Taking a screenshot is really simple. Just press this button right here. That's your screenshot button. That takes a screenshot. You can also take a partial screenshot by pressing and holding Shift and then pressing the screen button at the same time. Now you'll see on the screen the actual cursor has been turned into a little crosshair. We can draw a square, and that will take a screenshot of just that area. You can then find those screenshots right in your pictures folder. So there's the full screen one, and there's the partial one. To show all your notifications, just press super plus N, and that'll drop down your notifications menu right there. You can press escape to get out of that. If you want to be proactive and run your updates before the prompt shows up, just press and hold your super key and press U at the same time. This will actually prompt you to put in your password, and that will run a super update. You've also got your Myvi key right here. Just press your Myvi key. That'll take you straight to the creator's hardware website. Then you can navigate to the Learn section to find out how to get the most out of your Myvi exclusive. And lastly, you can pull up the system monitor by holding Ctrl, Alt, and then pressing Delete. This will pull up the system monitor. If we go into resources at the top, we can see exactly what the computer is doing in the background. And if we need to end the process that's misbehaving, just go into Processes, right-click on the process itself, and go to End or Kill. Now let's look at gesture controls. If you don't already have the trackpad, you can pick it up on our website in the shop section. To start, with one finger, of course, you can move the mouse around. To select anything, you're just going to tap on that icon and that'll open up that application for you. If we tap with 2 fingers, that will open up the right click menu. If you place 2 fingers down and scroll, you can see that's how you can scroll up and down through a website. If you tap with 3 fingers, that'll enable the auto scroll option. So if you move your mouse below the cursor, you can see it continues to scroll even though we've let go of the trackpad. If we move the cursor above the auto scroll icon, it's going to continue to scroll up. You can tap that to stop it. Now let's open up a few apps. We'll tap on our file browser. We'll tap on Apple Music, as well as LibreOffice Writer. Now to enable auto tiling, you'll swipe 3 fingers right. And just like that, our applications are tiled. You can remember that since the auto tiling menu is in the top right side, so 3 fingers right will toggle it on and off. And as you can see, we can toggle that tiling on and off just like that. Let's turn it back off. If we gesture 3 fingers up, this will show us the overview of all the running applications that we have. We can also scroll with 2 fingers to the next workspaces and tap on the application that we want. You can also access the overview by moving the mouse all the way to the top left side of the screen and hitting that hot corner. So either the hot corner or 3 fingers up will show you the overview. Let's switch our tiling back on. Now if we gesture with 3 fingers to the left, this will show us all applications and we can switch through there and see which applications we want to grab. So let's simply open up our settings menu. That gets automatically tiled in. And if we want to pull one application out of tiling, we'll just hover over the application that we want and do 3 fingers down. And that's now a super grab. So this application has gone into floating mode. If we hover over it and go 3 fingers down again, that'll put it right back into the tiling view. To switch workspaces on the fly, you'll gesture with 4 fingers up or down, and that can switch workspaces on the fly. Let's close out everything now, and let's open up a web browser. Let's open up our YouTube. To go backwards and forwards on a web browser, you'll move 4 fingers to the right to go back and 4 fingers to the left to go forward. And that's just like flipping the pages through a book. And that's it for keyboard shortcuts and gestures. See you in the next video.